This lesson is about how to read a tape measure. If you had a tape measure and you open it up, you will see this. Now, you have metric on the bottom and you have imperial on the top. On the bottom, you have 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. Each centimeter is made up of 10 millimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So right here at the 4 and 1 millimeter, you would have 41 millimeters. Right here, 5 and 9, 5 centimeters plus 9 millimeters is 59 millimeters. And then here, directly here at 8 centimeters, that would also be 8 centimeters, or 80 millimeters, or 0.08 meters. So that's how you would measure things. You can read this. It's a beautiful thing to read. Now we're going to go down to reading an imperial tape measure. Okay. Now, Great Britain originally was, ruling over the United States. And of course, so we adopted the British system. But now the people in Europe and Britain, they do not use the inches anymore and feet. But we in the United States continue to do so. In the early 1970s, we were supposed to go over to the metric system, and it didn't happen. So we're going to go through here and look at what this is. Right here, that this 1 mark, this big line here, that is 1 inch. If you go halfway between the 1 and the 2, you're at a 1/2 inch. 1 halfway between a 1/2 inch is a 1/4 of an inch. Imagine it this way. In a dollar, you have 4 quarters, right? If you have 4 quarters, that equals $1. That's 25 cents, right? 25 and 25 is 50 cents, and you'd have $1/2, and another 25 cents, you'd have 3/4 of a dollar, you'd have 75 cents. 1/2 of a quarter is an 1/8. Okay, 1/8, 2/8 would be 1/4, 3/8, right? And then you would go to a 1/2 inch, right? 3/8 would be 4/8. Then you go to 5/8. Then you go to 6/8, which would be 3/4 of an inch. Then you go to 7/8. Then you go to 2 inches, okay, or 1 inch, okay? You're at 1 inch. You've just gone down the line, right? So hopefully you understand that. You can read this beautiful treatise on how to read an imperial tape measure. I've just gone over it. Hopefully you understand it, right? Okay, now you are now going to do this exercise. Well, write the reading shown by the pointer in each problem. Now this is in centimeters, okay? Centimeters. That is, I don't know, what is that number? Is that 35? So if you thought that number was 35, you would put 35 in here. Don't go by me. You need to look. We went over what's the measurement? How do you measure? You're at 6, you're at 6 centimeters, right? And if you're at 12, you're at 12 centimeters, I would think. So you better think about that. Now, let's read it. Let's look here at the this one here. Okay, this is 3, and that's a 1/4. And then you have to figure out what comes in the middle here. Is that 3 3/4 right there in the middle? I don't know. But you have to figure that out because I'm not doing your assignment for you. All right? So that's how you do that. And you need to, this is for you to do. I'm not giving you the answers. This is 12. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you got to look back up here, right? You got to keep going back to your measuring tool here and the explanations between 1.5. Half of that is a quarter, right? So you got to figure out what your actual measurements are. Keep going back to here because measuring is really important. Everything is based on measuring. And I can't do this for you. You have to do it yourself. And then I'm going to see how well you did, which is a beautiful thing. All right? So after you're done with this assignment, you're going to save your file as your period, hyphen, your last name, hyphen, your first name, hyphen, measuring exercise. That is how you will save the file. And you will see that at the bottom of the assignment when you upload it. And this is a fillable PDF form. You just fill in these little red boxes, and then you will submit your final, you'll save your PDF, and then you'll send it to me, and I will see everything. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.